Hello everyone, this will be our second part of Amazon clone video. As you know, in our first part we were up until here. We are having our banner and also the footer and header, and also we are getting the product, right? So if we just go to make it inspect, and if we go to our file, let's just make a quick console. Let's see if we're getting the data or not. Product data. And now after console, you see we have an array of data which giving us whatever the product data is required is all the product data. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create that same the card view, and also we're gonna make it a fully responsive as it might be. Okay, so all the portion will be responsive from top to bottom. So stick around, we're gonna make that happen. So like all of you which having a very little idea what we actually did in our last video. So what I did for you guys, I just created a repository, that Amazon part 1 link. I'm gonna give that link in the description below, and you can go over there and you can clone it, download it, and whatever you do, you just get in your directory, you just make it npm i to install all the dependencies required. Then whenever you will spin it in your local browser, you will get that page. Okay, so everything will be fine. So from here you can start as a clean start. So let's begin for our today's build. To build that one, now I have the product data, so I am ready to map through that product data. And by the way, that data is not coming from the use effect, right? Remember what you did yesterday, that our last video, we are creating or grabbing that data using the loader by the React Router DOM. So go to the first video and you will understand better about those things. So now product data dot, we will make it a map and just take it as a parameter of item. And now in the return, let's make a div, and first of all let's see the image we are getting or not, like the item dot image, and also we will give here product image. So after saving, you see our image is here. Just to make it look a little better, what I'm gonna do, I'll give it some bunch of class name, and that class name will contain like the width of 52 and height of 64, and also I will make the object contain. After saving it, you see our product image is ready. And now after having that image, what I'm gonna do, I will take that image, because you just imagine how we're gonna make it. Okay, that image will be a div because there will be that little bit portion, and also that title, that all the title part, see the same gap is here. So we will keep every individual item on a particular div so that we can easily make it looks better. Okay, so let's go on, and so we'll keep that image inside the div, and after the image we will create another div that the list item which will be appear when you hover in the image will create later. First let's create the card. So in that div, what I'm gonna do, I will take an h2 tag and I will grab the item dot title, and I think you might see the title over here appearing. And also after the title, I will take a p tag which will contain my item dot price. Now you see it's available here. Now that is containing my entire div. So in the topper level, either you can follow through the container we take as 1440, or you can go to the TailwindCSS max width. So let's go with the max width. You can follow the both of that. So first of all, in our topper div, I will give a width of it. Okay, so the max width will be screen to Excel, and of course it will be Amex Auto. And now I will make it a grid. Okay, then it will be grid calls of 4, and also I'll give a gap of 10, and after that I will make a padding and x-axis, it will be 4. After saving that, you see we have our product. Now we will change the entire app color. So let's come over here. In here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do BG gray of 100. Now I supposed to think the yes. Now see, it's visible because we didn't put any color for the card. Now what I'm gonna do for that every single individual card, let's go over here. I'm gonna just grab some class name for it, and I will give a BG of white. And after giving white, you see that looks much better now. So for that div, what I'm gonna do, I will just grab some of the class name. It will make sense later on once you are applying those all. So now I'm just giving, oh sorry, I think I take the class name as a parameter. Let's save it. So BG white, height auto, border 1 pixel, border gray 200. It's just a simple CSS. So you just apply that, it will work just fine. Or if you want, I can just remove that gapping option, like flex option. So you will understand why I'm giving that gapping, and also I make it as a relative part. So now we have that beautiful div. So now after the image, also we need to give some bunch of a class name for our images, because what we want to make it in the center, right? So we will give some class name, which will be, it will take the entire width, and height will be again auto, and it will be flex item center, it will be all over the center, and justify also will be in center, and this that's all. So now you see our image is center. So now here I think that padding in x-axis is taking, no, not here taking, something I'm missing, because this padding we should not give it there, we will give it here. Let's see after giving, is it working, or keep it there. We'll just manually put a padding in our down our div. So what I'm gonna do, inside here in that div, I'm gonna go grab some class name, which will be flex, and it will be item center, and justify, I think it will be between from the two sides. Now you see the two looks better, so we need to make it the same way. Now you see the like the title is getting bigger, is smaller, is giving me a problem. So what I'm gonna do, I will make a title of now that hover shadow. You can change if you want. That's coming from here, right? We create a hover, and if you go in the Tailwind, I already created a test shadow. So if you don't like that shadow, you can remove from here. Okay, so now in here, that item, sorry, the title, I need to give in like need to make it a parameter. I want to make it looks cool. So what I'm gonna do, after item.title, I will make it a substring, and that substring will contain from 0 to maximum 20. Okay, after having that, you see that looks now better. And also what I'm gonna do in that div, actually I'll put all of that inside another div. Okay, so now if I give a px of 4 here, you see that looks better. And now also for the h tag, because it will not be looks like that, that will be changes. So I'm gonna grab again some class name, which will be font title, tracking white, text large, and text color will be Amazon blue, font is medium. So now you see that looks pretty slick. And also for our p tag, which we have, see the price, but we don't see that, we're not seeing the dollar icon. So let's put the dollar here, and also give a bunch of class name for it, a simple class name. And now see, it looks yeah, it's similar of it, yeah, much similar. So what we're gonna do now, you see that gapping is not there. Okay, so in the I think in the main div we are using, but by the way, if you just inspect that one, I think you will see an error. This is that list, yeah, that the child should have a key for the list item. Now we will give a key first, item.id. Okay, for giving that key is that React will know from which we are conducting whatever the portion we are making, so it can go through individual data through the ID. Okay, now I think this div, we have that div, we make it relative. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it flex column, and also I'll give a gap of 4. After giving that, now see it's little bit down, so it looks much better. So now here, after the, because we took that to in a div, because we make it in a flex and item make the justify between, right? So now we need what we need to have that details, right? So let's go, and after where is end, we will make another div, and it will make a p tag which will be item dot description. Now you see there is a huge bunch of description. Again, we need to follow through some kind of criteria. We'll make it dot substring, and also we will make for that one, I think it will be better to 0 to 100. Now see, and also I will add 3 dots, so the people will understand that there is some portion is happening, it will be there more. So for that, I think that description, what we can do, we will make a class name, and it will be text, small text. So after putting this small text, it looks much better. So after that, we need to get that icon, which will be our favorite icon, or as you can see, star icon. Now by default, for right now, I'm gonna just put some manual icon, because we're gonna create some icons like whenever you're clicking, that effect will come. That will we're gonna create later on. So for right now, let's just let's give 5 for all the things. Once we save, we'll see the, oh, it will not be the favorite icon, sorry, it will be the star icon. That's my bad. So let's go and grab the star icon. I take the different icon. So instead of having those, okay. So now I think, yeah, we see the icon. Now for that icon also, we need to give a class name. And instead of giving the class name for all the icon, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give a class name in the div. So no need to write every single class name for that. Class name, it will be text YOLO 500. After saving, we're having that. And now what we can do, for no need to make it flex, just I'll give a MB of 1, just little bit down from there, or without that also it looks better. And after having that, we will have that button. So let's go and create that button, and that button we're gonna create after finishing that div. Okay, so it will be button, and that button will tell us add to cart. Now I think, yeah, we are having that button. Now that button, you know, that will be lots of class name gonna through, because yeah, as you see, there is so much design pattern is going on. See, when once you click, that something is happening also. So what I'm gonna do again, I'm gonna grab those class names, because once you type that in your project, you will understand it better. Okay, so now after having that, you see that's the same button is over there is available. So what I did, I make a width full and give a font title font medium, text base, grid, and I'm using the background gradient from YOLO 400 to YOLO 200, and border, and whenever you hover the YOLO from 400, it will come to 300, and it will be to YOLO 500, and whenever is hover border also giving an effect, and whenever is active, like active means whenever you are clicking, see the background is changing. Whenever we active, it's like again there is an background going on from 400 to 500. So it's just simple things, you just try it, it will be make a lot of sense when you are actually doing it. So now we need to create that inner div. I think it's, yeah, it's much same, almost same. And also one more thing we are missing is that we need that title It's not the title, it's the category. So let's create that category, and that category, what are you gonna show? Remember, we have an image div, and after that image, after that image, we made that div relative, right? Yeah, we made the entire div relative. So after image, let's just create that span tag, and that span tag will contain item.category. As we save here, you'll see there is the category, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna give some bunch of class name. It will be text in access, and it will be capitalized, and also italic, and then I will make a position of absolute. From the top it will be a 2, and from the right it will be again 2, and also text gray. I'll give a 500. After saving, you see that's in the right place. Now as you see, it's little bit I think ours looks better. No, it's the same. Yeah, that might be the same. Or you can do one thing. We can give a little bit of padding if you want to make a little bit cool, like a py of 2, and you see it will just give some room as I think. Yeah, we are giving padding already, remember here. So we just make it 8. It looks cool. So now is the time to create that portion. Whenever we are hovering in the image, that portion is coming. So first of all, let's create that portion. So what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be happen in the image tag. So let's go, or I can do one thing, that is span, because it's getting from the div. I'm gonna go in the top of div, just paste it here. It will be the same as usual. Now what I'm gonna do, after the image, I'm gonna get our product mini drop down. So let's create an order list, and then it will be a list item which will contain, first one is the compare, and as we save, if we go there, you see the compare is available here. Remember, we make I think I didn't make that div relative yet, but we need to make the div as relative. Not that one. This div, it will be relative. So relative. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab a bunch of class name for our this UL. What is going to do is giving a full width and also giving a background and making it absolute, the same one. And then the hover effect, for right now I'm just gonna keep it pending because I want to see the things where it is. And also I will make bottom 0, and after having that, you might see that one is available here. So what I'm gonna do, for that li, we also need first of all, let's get the icons. It's require. We will have our, I think there will be 4 icons, so I'll just get all of the icons, and first one will be our API icon, I suppose to be. So in here, after the compare, we need to give a span tag, and now here we're gonna paste that one. So as you see, that one is working. So we need to create that effect, and to create that effect, hover effect, what I'm gonna do in our, remember we have one of our index.js CSS. Here we are creating the our default behavior of items. So what I'm gonna do, for our product li, as a name of product li, I will create and design. Let's save it. Okay, I think it will work this time. So let's go to the product, and in li, give a class name and paste that. After pasting, I think it will work. Yeah, so now see, that's working. And just for your understanding, whatever things we did, we just use some bunch of class name over here, the normal class name. You can go through all of it, and from there we are just getting that one because we are putting it here as a class name, and then we're getting it in our actual the UL list, and then we are having it right there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just go and grab all over the product list we require. So let's save it here. Now what we have compare, add to cart, view list, and add to wish list. And also if you come over here, you see that thing is here and it looks better. So now if you just go in the inspect, and you just press it here to the entire div, and I think it will show somewhere. I think it's the bottom is see, bottom is 0. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it a little bit downward. Let's see in how much after going it's giving us it's going out of the div. Okay, I think that's cool. Yeah, let's give 170 minus 170 pixel. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, it will be in bottom minus 170 0 pixel minus. Now see, it's gone. And also we will make that one, this portion, I think that portion, the down portion which you have give the padding, will make a z index of 10, and you see it's pop-upping over here. And after giving that, okay, let's create that effect. So first go over there, let's give reload, clean reload. So now it's down. So now whenever we are hovering on the image, because remember, whenever if you come over here, you see whenever we are hovering on the image, it's having that one. And this one creating an issue, I think better also we will give a bg of white on that one, because there is no background. That's why I think it's giving that issue. Yeah, so see, it's going down of that. So now what we're gonna do, whenever we hover on that div, not on that div, on the image, I think so, image contain, I think is the full div, the content. Yeah, so whenever we hover on that div, so I'm gonna make it as a group. Now we can put the CSS, like whenever we are like hovering on the group, hover group, what I want, it should be bottom should be 0. Or why I'm making that one, not need that, I can directly put like that. So bottom will be 0. So whenever we hover, I think I make a mistake again. It's not first the hover, because we are hovering in the group, so we need to say where we are hovering. So whenever we are hovering on the group, so group hover, it will be bottom 0. Okay, so now see, and it's very fast. What we're gonna do, we just need to give a duration of 700 pixel, 700 millisecond. So now see, that looks perfect. So now we have all of our products, and we have our banner, and also all of those things. So first of all, as we created our base, our first page, so what we're gonna do, as you see, also one thing here, it's gonna be little top, right? There is a margin going on. So let's go in our app.js, and also what gonna do, actually in home.js. So let's put that inside a div, and on that div we can work on it. So what I'm gonna do for that div, I'll just grab some class name for that, will be the weight, and VJ gray we give in the, I think it's not required there. So what I'm gonna do, I will make minus margin empty as 36. After saving that, as you see, it is now in the top. So now it looks slick. So let's make it responsive. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, that is sorry, it's just two, and it's in toggling, and it's making really confused. And also what we can do, we can give a padding in y-axis 10, which will be required whenever we are going to make it responsive. So now let's go and make it responsive, and for make it responsive, I will use the responsiveness. And as you might understand beforehand, I predefined some of the screen sizes which I'm gonna use for my build, so we can go through that. So now To make it responsive, first of all, you need to go responsiveness. You just give the link you want. I'm in the localhost 3000, so it's okay, fine. Now first one, it will be our header, right? So we need to make our header looks better. So let's go to our header, and it will be here. Let's close all other things. Just take little time whenever you are doing, especially the responsiveness. It depends on you, the way you choose. Okay, so what do you want in whenever we are a smaller screen, we don't need those things because we are not going to give that for the mobile. So first of all, whenever we are in the smaller screen, this one we will make it hidden. And whenever we are in MDL devices, we'll make inline flex. So as you might see, that will be gone, but here it's still available. And also we will just keep we will also remove that the search box. It will, first of all, it will not be there. Okay, first of all, yeah, I will give it here. It will be hidden, and only MDL it will be flex. So now see, that's gone. And I think in the MDL devices it will looks very fine. Yeah, so we can or we can just instead of MDL we can put LGL. Okay, and let's go down here. Yeah, there is looks better, so we'll just keep all of the things for that device onwards. And after that, what we gonna do, there is the okay, show all, which we make, and for the we have our hello sign in option. So accounts and list we gonna remove for time being. It will be like hidden, and only in MDL it will be inline flex. And see, it looks better. Okay, and now return at orders we not require for the smaller screen. That is the portion. So first of all, it will be hidden, and in the LGL devices it will be shown. So now we have the logo. Now this portion we can make a little bit work. Where we are having the sign in, I want to let it to see it little bit better. So let's go to our I think accounts and list hello sign in. So for that, first of all, this one is now in text access, so I'm gonna do like text SM, and whenever it gonna hit MDL devices, it's gonna be text smaller, and also it will be text white. Yeah, white is better, text white. And whenever it gonna hit in MDL devices, the medium landscape devices, it gonna get the, so now you see that one is looks much better. And also that devices is working. Now you can put a menu bar icon, and you can just easily make a clickable menu as I make it here. So that one you can go and make it. So now this is the time to I think, yeah, our top header is looks better. Yeah, that's fine. In all devices looks better. So for now, once I'm not gonna go through all the devices, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just come over here, and also I'm gonna just grab it, and let's see. Yeah, that looks better. Or either way, you can just make it in a down or worse, you know, you can just make it a flex call, and it will work will be pretty fine. So just use your creativity to do that. And now after that top header, we have that bottom header. So what we gonna do in bottom header? Now in bottom header, on the smaller, I think until, yeah, only the smaller device is the problem. So I'm gonna come over here. Let's see. Select all of that. And first of all, I'm gonna make it hidden for all of the devices. And whenever hidden in medium devices, it will be inline flex. Save it, and you will see That's fine. So now when you go in the medium devices, you can see all of the items. Now let's design that one. You see it's getting the entire div. I don't know how to close it. So we need to make it looks pretty better. And to do that, what we gonna do, let's see where we put that one, right? I think we are keeping that one here in the sidebar. Yeah, in the side nav. So we are giving a width of, I think, somewhere here, which we make the reference, I remember. Okay. Really, I forgot that one. Here is the width I gave. Sorry. So instead of that one will be only work in the AMD devices. Like if you come over here, you see only the small devices is getting all the portion. Like if you come in other devices, that is working fine, right? Only the small devices is creating the problem. So what I'm gonna do, initially I'm gonna give a width of 80% of initial width it gonna take, and whenever it will head in the middle devices, it's gonna take just 350 pixel. So now if I click, you see it's there. It's available. So now I can close. Okay, so this button looks little bit different, so I'm gonna make that button little bit in a good way. So let's go on that button. Where is that button? Sidebar close, which will be make false on click. So for that one, you can go through the similar way. I'm just gonna change that one also. So I'm just grab some class names for it. You can just go through over it. It's the same way I did. So now see, it's just beside of it. And now see, whenever I click, the same way it's making the problem because I want to be together with that. So first of all, it's supposed to be together because it's in motion div, inside the div. Oh yeah, it's throwing it later on, so we need to stop the throwing. So how we can do it from the left? Just make a reload. Sometimes it's just making some cache. Yeah, that looks better. Wow, slick. Now that one, okay. So now after having that portion, let's make the product looks very dirty. So let's go to our product. After the product, we will make the banner looks better. Okay, so now here we made a grid, and that grid is we make a grid calls of 4. So first of all, initially what I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do grid calls of 1, and whenever I hit the MD, it's gonna be grid calls of 2. And in the Excel, like in the larger devices, it's gonna just apply that one. Now you see, that looks better. And also for the gap, I think that gap, it will only be for the Excel devices, and for the normal gap it will be, just give a 4. 4 is little bit less, I think give a 6. Okay, now that empty top, which is not looks good, is getting inside the banner. So let's go to our app, and in the app we're gonna fix that one. So what we're gonna do, sorry, I'm just always going to the app, but it's not in the app, it will be in our home page. So in the home page, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just create some simple class name, like the empty minus 36 will work only whenever we are in a larger devices, and for the initially it will be minus top of 14. Now after saving it, now see it's giving a little bit room to breathe for that one. Now we need to fix that banner. I think that looks good. So before going down in the footer, I think it's time to let's see how banner is working. That looks so cool. If you go to all of the devices, I think it will be the same, and see it looks better. If you go larger devices, and also if you come over here, just make it smaller and just flex it. See, that looks better. And to make the banner right, let's go to our smaller devices, and in the banner we use the React Slick, and of course I will apply those measures which is required for the React Slick. So first of all, there if you go to the React Slick, go to the documentation of it, and let's go docs, an example. And I think if you go to the responsiveness, you can find it. You see, for the responsive is giving the breakpoint from where it gonna be go through it. So I'm not gonna waste so much time to explaining each and everything. You just go through it, you will understand it better. So first of all, let's we need to align that responsiveness. We need to adapt that one here. So let's go to our devices, and now I'm gonna grab that responsiveness, all our responsiveness which we use. Like after coming down over here, after that portion, yeah, I believe after that we need to create that. So now what we're gonna doing, we are making a responsive breakpoint from 576, and then the similar class name what we applied before there, we are applying that one. You can just go through that class names, and I'm just making, because beforehand it was not in the center. Actually we just make some manual bunch of class names, and we actually what we did beforehand, if we want to make an absolute div in the middle, we see we make it top 70%, left we just do some stupid things. We should not do that. To make that one, we just make the position absolute. After that, yeah, we need the top, like I think previously we had, yeah, top 70%, it will be down from the top. And then what we need, we just need to, from the left portion, left it will be 0, and also from the right it will be 0, and then we need to create a margin, and that margin will be giving us 0 and auto. So if you do the simple portion, it will be in the center, and also need to that transform to translate from x and y axis minus 50, just to be make sure that should work. So now see, it's going somewhere else, it's not coming in the middle. I think oh sorry, oops, this should be giving a width. That's supposed to work. I don't know why it's going in that portion. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, sometimes it's just getting time to reload, so it's now working much better. So after that, also for that, whenever, now you see, I just create the same proportion of the, like if you come over here and you see the same thing, like where is my responsiveness? Yeah, in the responsiveness array we are giving the breakpoint, and we are declaring the settings again from the beginning, that how it looked and how it might be and how it gonna work, the style and every single flexibility. And also we are like same every single items you need to adapt the way it's supposed to look. So you just do it, go through it, you will feel it looks much better. So now as you see, we can do one thing. For that, I think what we did here, 150. Okay, let's go to our home, and also we will make from margin top of 10. Yeah, now it's getting a little bit down. It looks better in that way. So now we are having our banner also looks better. Now if you go through it, I'm not for wasting much more time to understand, giving you that every single details about that Slick, because you can go to the React Slick documentation to see how it might work. Give yourself a try and you will get it perfectly. So now it's time to make our footer. If you come to the footer, you'll see it's a messy. See, it's very messy. So what we're gonna do, remember, I remember that in the footer we use the grid. So whenever you are using grid, it's very easy to do that. So we have a footer top. I think a footer top portion looks better. It's just simple. So we need to work in the footer middle. That portion is making us giving us the problem. So let's go to our footer folder, and in the footer middle, what first of all I think, yeah, we give a grid somewhere is here. So first of all, for that grid, initial grid will be grid calls of 1, and whenever it's hitting the MD devices, it gonna be grid calls of 2, and whatever is available right now, it will be applicable for the Excel devices, like the larger devices. So now see, it looks little not that much better and to make it looks more better, also just to see the differences it has been created, this could give a gap for that, so we can see actually what's happening. Give a gap of 6, and also what I'm gonna do, that place item center which we did, it will be available only after in the medium devices, and also items start which is available, it will be starting after medium devices. And when you do that, you see that looks much better. Now we need to just do one simple thing. Wherever we give a py, like instead of giving py/px, we'll just give a padding of 10, and you see that looks better. Now it's working for our smaller devices. If we go a little bit medium devices, I think it might work. Where is our yeah, that's working. And as you see, the gap is little bit, it not looks good. If we come little bit bigger device, we can really see obvious thing. See, that gap is not giving the way it's supposed to be, right? It's freaking it out. So for that one, we need to go to our, remember we are getting the footer middle list. In the list, we need to mention that it should take the available width, the full width. So after declaring, now you see is giving us the actual things is required. You can go through, make more room, or instead of making it in the Excel devices, I can just make it in LGL devices. I think it will looks better. Yeah, see, it's working fine. So just go through all the classes. You can really introduce some more professional design the way you like. And for down portion, it's very good. Now we need to create that one here. What is our footer bottom, I believe. And also here we use a just simple mapping function. Is footer, I think is for the top, middle, that's the footer bottom. So we are also creating a for that grid, we'll also do one more thing for initial grid, which will be for initially we'll just make a grid calls of 3. Okay, whenever it will hit MD devices, it will be grid calls of 5, and whenever it will hit the MDL devices, it will be grid calls of 6, and whatever is available right now, it will work from the LGL devices. Just hit the save after that. Now you see that is working much better. Now that things is looks little bit like it's mixed all together. It's because we need to just let's go through there. We need to also, I think I may better to give some padding to some bit of room it to breathe. So in here we will just give a padding in x-axis 4, and now it can breathe. Now see, that looks good. So instead of going all together there, what I'm gonna do, let's drag it. Now you see it's super responsive. It's gonna work for every devices, all over devices available. It's gonna work just fine. So now you have a full responsive website already for the single page. So after that, now we will create our other pages. Like I think we better to close the responsive nature. Let's go here. We need to create a sign-in page, and also we need to create a sign-up page for creating the account. So first of all, let's create the sign-in page. Let's close all of those. So now here in the pages, we'll make one page called signin.js. save it, and in the app what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a route. But there is one thing, you see, like if we create a route here, we create a route, and that route is like the path will be sign in, SIGN, I made a mistake, sign in, and the element, it will be sign in. Yeah, so that will be our sign in, and also we can connect it with our in the banner, I think. Let's go to our in the component, in the header, wherever we have that account and list, I will grab all over that div, you know. So let's import that link from router DOM, and whenever we are hitting that link, it will take us to sign in. Okay, so let's head back here. So now, okay. I think my network is just ripped out, it's gone. So we're gonna create that portion in our next video, because it's giving us a little bit of different initiate. Okay, for right now, you just do until there. We're gonna fix that in our next video.